Well, Valentine might have been a departure experience for me, in that generally the way we're approaching Neverworld's End from XANDRIA is around a first impression model. Valentine was the only differentiated point, being a reminder experience, and a reintroduction, as I've termed it, that I've explored before. And what decided, in terms of my promised deep dive view of XANDRIA of past release eras, to bring Neverworld's End in. Not just because I love covering XANDRIA, and the voice on Valentine was so reminiscent of other witness encounters I've taken of their work, certainly of the modern release era with The Wonder Still Awaiting, definitive roots explored, again, time and time again, it seems, of XANDRIA. I love covering this group. Favorite of mine if in the European metal territory, understandably. Again, their command on whatever release era you look, I'm tempted to say based on what I have witnessed, and it is, in our time together, a very limited window. This group has really stuck out to me. German basis, symphonic metal for anybody who might be operating on initiate perspective. I hope there are some of you that are approaching Forevermore via XANDRIA, maybe with that perspective. Though I would recommend, in the numbers we've entertained in our 4-track selection of mutual enjoyment on this album, you go back to A Prophecy of Worlds to Fall and Valentine. That'll lead you in. Though I'd imagine the entire album is tempting. I'll explore it for myself. I'm just picking out 4 tracks I would like to go over with you to give Neverworld's End, and likewise past XANDRIA band lineups with the credit of Manuela Craler specifically, who I love listening to. Just 2 numbers in, really someone special, and a return again to what I wanted to do in the beginning, with a fresh impression witness of other XANDRIA numbers. What started this journey all the way back several months ago with The Wonder Still Awaiting, not just of a selection, several entertainments of the full album. I really love this group. A favorite of mine, again, the European territory, and there are many to mention in the metal respect. I hope the experience is replicated for you. If, again, you happen to be an initiate listener or a longtime fan, whoever you are, I welcome you, as I think music is best appreciated collaboratively, and with XANDRIA, they're no exception. Let's continue down the fresh impression route together of what started our journey with Neverworld's End via Forevermore. And I get to witness this piece alongside you and give past eras of XANDRIA their due respect, and it is warranted. Definitive styling that has transcended into the modern era of where we are currently. So it's not in any way a voice that's been lost, only amplified, but that strength is still resonant, whether it be on the balance between the modern or the classic influences of what you oftentimes see in symphonic metal. I really appreciate what XANDRIA offers. Special group to entertain. Let's maybe start your window with Forevermore, and likewise, broaden mine. We start in a choir cue of a beautiful key choice, if I am foreseeing correctly on where we're going to go. It's a tease. We're reducing the energy of Valentine a bit. Drifting into a light ballad. I was going to say, I'm sensing this switch building. There we go. The anticipation on this verse for me is just mounting. I'm really liking its flow so far. It's a light shift on the switch of the key, but it works. The chorus is an interesting build. I first saw a catapulted pitch finish on the end, but no, it sits at a lower range. Not a bad move. Differentiated. I love how the lower range is enhancing the amplification on presence with Manuela's accent. Just glorious to hear. Again, that's more in the melodic territory, but you can hear it interweave naturally with the operatic too. Let's see if this remains the same. Yes. Choir returned to the original key. Nice recap. Variation in this number, but I like the pattern. Again, it's recognizable. And it's nice to have the number traced back, though there is a switch within the chorus. This is actually a favorite key settling for me. That was gorgeous. Effective pause. Powerful. The vocals really shine on this one with some beautiful key choices. I love it. Okay, we're still at the lower range. Climbing. I was waiting to say, will it grow anymore? We only got like 13 seconds left at the time. No, it's a conclusion layering between Manuela and the choir, I believe. But the multiple voices, it's such a beautiful touch. I like the management of this one. You know, we started on a very familiar key for me, and I come from a 5-year piano background of like elementary years, so you'll forgive me of when exactly, you know, what key choice that was, or my absence of understanding to recognize it definitively, but it is a mainstream one I hear oftentimes employed by different European not just European artists, metal and rock artists across international borders. There's a couple that I'm forgetting about, but it is a recognizable one that I have heard placed in other pieces. So to hear how this opened, much softer on voice, definitive transformation from Valentine, which is much faster paced, a little more emphasized. This one takes its time. It's more drawn out. It's in a ballad extreme. It feels like, again, a pause number. And there's many groups you oftentimes see in an album's tracking that will employ those differentiated voices on energy. It's nice to have that variation, especially with what this number demonstrates. The key switches work. That chorus was quite interesting. It takes a more tragic song, at least by first appearances, which I think if they'd kept the key and maintained it, it would have been fine. It would have been cool to see how Manuela's vocals would have handled that. But the transformation works too, and the flow of, again, how the operatic side is recognized and where her voice sits. The vocals, like I said, they're one of the first things you notice. But again, the management of the score is fantastic, and the keys work. Plus the recap. I forget where exactly it is, but that bridge instrumental, to have that reminder of the initiation, it's right before the I See the Days Go By section. That pause works to give it, again, a pattern of recognizability to the characterization of a number in moments earlier. So it has a great tracking even with those integrated switches. The verses, though, really enhance the performance on Manuela's voice on the melodic side. The vibrato, her accent glows with this number. And again, whatever extreme you look, the melodic or the operatic, when it appears lightly in the chorus and as the album finished. It's more so, again, when you hear her voice come in on those, it's not as much in the operatic tone of a soprano reach, it's in the vibrato. That's how we finish, again, with the intermixed layering on the vocals, which was, I think, an interesting decision, and it worked. Forevermore is a very interesting number that definitely, like I said, feels quite contemporary, even if this album did release in 2012, and we're really digging back here. It feels just as true. You know, their numbers do speak to principles of life, and nothing lasts for... you usually hear nothing lasts forevermore. Or, no, you don't. Nothing lasts forever, so to add on the more aspect gives it a bit of a fresh appearance that works with the rhythm of the song. Forever would kind of drift off, I think, too soon. It gives it a different appearance, just even so subtly, but you're like, oh, I really like what XANDRIA demonstrates here. Lyrically speaking, it feels slightly originally tailored, though the number is so specific to their work. And in symphonic metal, I love this instrumental voice. It's great. It's so XANDRIA. Even though, again, that key has not been used before, I don't think, in the numbers I've witnessed. It's a welcome appearance. Nice flow between integration of fresh XANDRIA energy and as well mainstream connection to other artists within the rock sphere. I really like the appearance of Forevermore. The more I consider it, the more, no pun intended, but the greater I consider it, the more respect I have. You get to study XANDRIA's tools as they're fleshed out in the song, and this one just has a beautiful tracking to it. I can't wait to finish out the exploration with you pretty soon. In fact, with the next number, Call of the Wind. I also call it the Wild. That one appears so often. Not necessarily. Well, yeah, sometimes in music. Yeah. Not from XANDRIA, though. Call of the Wind, a bit different. But Never World's End has been a great study, just with 4 numbers. It's better, though, of course, to enjoy it with you, especially on Fresh Initiation Witness status generally. And however you approach, I'd love to hear about it, and your opinions on this song in particular, but if you wish to, of course, disclose anything, but how you approach this one, longtime fan or Fresh Initiate listener like me, earlier on, or an evolving listener. I'd love to hear what you think of Forevermore and our experiences in time together with XANDRIA. I delivered my promises, and I told you a deep dive, and we were certainly taking that going back into 2012, but I like the study of roots. Never World's End really is a special release. I quite like it, not just as an introduction to XANDRIA in a broader lens, but as well Manuela Crawler. Her vocals, again, that's what really takes center stage on this one for me. The way the instrumental aids her. And it's been true the past couple numbers as well, they've entertained, but I really like this one on that aspect. It enhances the performance. Though again, on isolated standing, she's great. The music in this one serves as quite a fitting supportive aid. The choir too, directly, again, on how we finish. This one has a great construction to it. From start to finish, I really like Forevermore. It is a pause on the album and the pieces we've entertained together, but maybe reminiscent of the softer veneer of A Prophecy of Worlds to Fall, somewhat, but still even that one feels a bit more enhanced on the rock side. It might be a bit of a pause, but XANDRIA has competence across metal energy delivery. They've demonstrated that readily, at least in the time I've spent with them, and I hope you were able to witness that for yourself as well, and feel similarly, though I don't want to speak for you. I would imagine Forevermore is a resonant piece for any listener that entertains it, as XANDRIA is as a group. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.